Hi guys, hope you're all well. So you may have seen some of my recent videos. I've been making these, well, they're stackable display dioramas for, well, my miniatures as a great way of storing them and displaying them. And by stackable, yeah, I'm going to make several of these. They've got magnets in and they can be made into sort of one big layer. The plan is to have the top couple are going to be the inside of a tavern, and then as they go down you go into the dungeons and obviously you go down different levels. So I've got two levels here. I'm going to make a third now. So starting off with like a template box that I've made. This is the same sort of box I made for the other two as well. And I made this by using the Creality Falcon 2 Pro. Yeah, lovely machine this. As you can see, it's a 22 watt, fully encased, and yeah, it's awesome. Obviously I'm going to get this out, a little bit of setting up. This comes pretty much sort of as is. There's just a few side panels and top panels to put on, but pretty much this is, yeah, from about 15 minutes out of the box, everything's set up and ready to go. So you may have seen me use laser engravers in the past, but the thing I love about this one is it's a fully enclosed system, which is great because it means there's no sort of dust and particles floating around, and there's also a great pump on this to, well, suck everything out. And to make the display cases, I'm using this foam PVC from Green Stuff World. Again, I'll leave all the links down below, guys, to everything I'm currently using. And this stuff's great because it's a firm board, so you can sort of just cut it as normal. But say, I've got a laser engraver, so yeah, I'm going to use this to engrave boards. How cool's that? So it's simply a case of putting whatever material you want to laser engrave or cut in the engraver. And this is the template that I've made up. I have left this on my Patreon page if you wanted to, well, copy exactly what I'm doing. Now the software I'm using is called Lightburn, so really easy to use. The other great thing with this laser engraver, it's actually got a little camera in it, so you can connect it to your computer and you can see exactly what's going on, which makes for some perfect alignment. As you saw there, yeah, the hose out the window, so I am completely dust free in my flat. This is speeded up, obviously quite a lot. I did have it going slower than this. That's the great thing with these laser engravers, very simple to use. Only two real settings you need to care about, and one's the power that the laser engraver's on, and the other one is how fast it goes. And there we go, it cuts things out perfectly. So as well as obviously engraving into this PVC foam, yeah, it's cut the pieces out as well. And then simply gluing them together, and this is what I've got, which is awesome. And then I printed out some bits I found on Thingiverse. I can't leave links for these guys because literally I've got a folder where I've got all sorts of odds and ends put in. But literally you just type whatever it is you need in Thingiverse and yeah, there'll be something there. And obviously Thingiverse is great because it's all free stuff. And as we all know, yeah, I love free stuff. So I've got a rough idea what I'm doing with this one. This is going to be obviously the lowest level there is, which is why it's going to be like the sewers. So it's going to be downright dirty, rotten and all the rest. And obviously these holes are where the well, the sludge is going to come out. So that's why, again, so this PVC stuff from Green Stuff World, yeah, really easy to use, to cut, to drill and all the rest of it. And yes, I am doing this in a well ventilated area with a little mask on, so don't worry about health and safety, guys. So yeah, I'm going to cut a variety of areas out because I want to make some little pools of slime in this, and I'm going to use the good old UV resin for that, as that stuff is, well, it's just awesome. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, yes, this is going to be the third level in this sort of display case diorama. But the great thing with these are they can be standalone things, or you can sort of put them on top of each other. And the next two I'm going to make are probably going to be the inside of a tavern. So maybe the lower level with the bar, and then an upper level, maybe a library, or maybe even the bedrooms. I'm not too sure yet. So I'm loving how this is looking, but say, because this is going to be the lowest level, I really want it to be sort of, well, grimy, messy, and yeah, just somewhere you wouldn't want to be. So I'm going to use some good old polyfiller here, or grout, just to sort of mess up the walls a bit, to make it look like there's sort of stuff hanging down, or even just growing all over the place. I say, I don't want this one to look too neat at all. In fact, the unneat, the better. Not sure that's a word, but the messier, there we go, the messier the better. And then just to fill in any little gaps, cracks along the edges here, I'm just going to use some fine sand and stones just to, again, make it look like there's more rubble here and there. I'll have to admit, it's always fun making rooms look the messiest and the worst they can, because it's, well, it's so easy to do. So yeah, good old painting, primed in black, and then a good old bit of dry brushing. And in the past few videos I have painted the walls, but in this one I think I'm going to leave the walls as they are and just paint other bits. Say, because this one is going to be the messiest of them all. So I'm still keeping the lid separate at the moment, just because it makes it easier to get to. But as you can see, yeah, loving how it's looking, and it definitely is going to be, well, nice and grimy. So the colours I'm going in here, yeah, lots of greens and sort of like pukey yellows is kind of what my thinking was. Again, just to keep it so it does look like it's the belly of the beast. It's nice and swampy and dirty. And just, yeah, just not pleasant down the bottom. But again, a great way for displaying miniatures. So this one's definitely going to have, well, I've already got some zombies in this one and some rats. As, yeah, I think they're the kind of things that are only going to live down in this lowest one. And again, these are fun to paint because you don't have to be too neat. As, again, say, the messier the better everything looks. So the green's looking good. I just want to highlight a few areas here and there with this, well, this very strong looking yellow. It's almost fluorescent, but not quite. And then the lights, obviously there's a few lights down here. The usual way I kind of make it look like they're sort of lights sort of bouncing off the walls. And yeah, so going around doing some white dry brushing first. Then I did a little bit of yellow, and then just to finish it off, a little bit of orange over the top. Obviously I don't want to put too much down here because I don't want it to look like it's going to be too bright or light. But yeah, just enough. And then comes some fun times. I'm using some UV resin by Let's Resin. You'll have seen me use this in a previous video. Yeah, love this stuff. Again, this is great because I use this for bonding things together, or obviously in this case, well, making lakes and slime and, well, nasty looking stuff. So yeah, UV lights. Yeah, so I just love resin. It's one of my. There's a few things in this hobby that I really, really love, and obviously I try and use them as much as I can. Using resin is now one of these things. Obviously LEDs I love, magnets I love, and yeah, resin I love, and dirty down stuff I love. This is one I've not used before though. Normally I use the rust, or I have used the one that you use on the sort of the bronze look. So this one's a moss. So you've never used this one before, but if it's anything like the others, then yeah, I know it's going to give great results. And just how I use all the others, I put it on neat, then I have my little cup of water so I can wet my brush, and then just sort of get it on, and it then sort of gets some nice drip marks, which will look really good for this. Although I think in the end I do kind of just think, nah, let's just go over the whole thing, and I do kind of put this stuff pretty much everywhere. But I love the effects. Yeah, especially the UV resin. Again, there's some areas where it's like thicker than others, and yeah, I love it. It really has turned it into a bit of a swampy looking thing. So here's my LEDs. I've got the top, and the LEDs I've gone for, well, I've gone for green. Again, this room, I really want it to look like the slimy basement, and yeah, I love it. I think it's great. So it looks great without the light, and it looks, well, great with the light. So as mentioned, yeah, this is going to be my lower level, and I'm going to keep my rats and my zombies down in this one, just because, well, I think this is where they belong. And there we go, there's one more layer made to my modular display diorama sort of set. Love how they've come out, love the fact that they're magnetised so they can just attach to each other, or you can have them sort of on their own. And again, the magnets in them, very strong, lift up all three of them just by picking the top one up. And yeah, they've all got lights independent, and I love it. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments down below, guys. Don't forget to check out all the links to all the products I've been using as well down below. And if there's anything you want to see me make on this channel or have a go at attempting, by all means let me know as well. I am going to be doing a lot more resin dioramas, as in the two-part epoxy resin, just because, well, I want to get better at using it, and the only way you can do that is to make more videos. Okay guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Another couple of videos on the screen, give them a click. You guys take care, see you in the next one. Bye for now.